Shalom, everyone, and welcome. This coming Shabbos, we are reading the Parsha of Pinchas, the story of a Jew named Pinchas who saw that a Jewish prince was acting immorally with a Midianite princess, and therefore he took a spear and he killed them both. And it was an act of zealousness, of which our sages tell us that Kanayim Poginbo, that when a person is zealous, they go ahead and they act and they do what they have to do. In fact, the other tribes of Israel criticized Pinchas at first, and they thought, who is he to go ahead and to do such an act in front of Moshe when Moshe really should have been the one to do it. And he was actually going ahead of the leader of the Jewish people, which is something which is not, you're not permitted to do. But in fact, God showed them that Pinchas's act was indeed correct, and because of that, he received the covenant of peace, Brisi Shalom, the covenant of peace, which meant that his descendants forever and ever would become Kohanim, would continue to be Kohanim, priests, because before that, only the children of Aaron and their grandchildren were Kohanim, but after that, every person who descended from Aaron, everyone, father to son, was a Kohen in the merit of the zealous act of Pinchas, who indeed was a murderer, but he was proven to be correct. Why is it that people criticize other people when people do good? I can understand when people do bad, you criticize them, you call them out. But when a person does something good, we criticize also. And you find that very often today in the dealing with this terrible virus. Our government leaders and our doctors and our researchers are trying very, very hard to stop this virus and to contain it and to obliterate it. But there are always people who are criticizing them. Oh, they're not doing this right. They're not doing that right. They should be doing this. It should be doing that. Why do people criticize other people? So Lubavitcher Rebbe points out an interesting thing. He says that, first of all, people don't put themselves in their shoes. What if these critics were them and they had to deal with the virus? Would they do any better job than these people who are working now on it would do? It's unlikely, but they feel that they know everything and they can criticize and they know the right way to do it. The Rebbe points out another perhaps a deeper answer for this criticism, and that is that the critics feel guilty that they are not the ones who are stepping forward and they are not the ones who are doing the right thing. And very often, all too often, that's what critics are. Critics, unfortunately, think in their mindset, perhaps even in their deep subconscious, that they should be doing that and they're not doing it. So they criticize people who are doing it. This is a lesson for all of us, indeed, that when we see people who are doing good in the world, whatever their motives are. Perhaps their motives are altruistic. Perhaps their motives are below that. But nevertheless, good is still good, no matter what it is. And there's an expression, mitoch shelo lishma bo lishma. If someone does something for the wrong reasons, it'll come to be for the right reasons. Eventually, it'll be for the right reasons. Judaism does not look at a person's motives. They look at their actions. What are they doing? And that is really the most important thing. A person can have very selfish motives, very not good motives. But the fact is, if they're doing good, that's the most important thing. When a person gives charity, we don't ask them, why are you giving charity? Or maybe you should be doing it in a different way. It's giving charity. And give them credit for giving charity. Maybe they're giving charity because they want their name on the wall, or they want recognition, they want something named after them. Okay, it's not the best way of giving charity, but nevertheless, they're giving charity. So give a person credit for what they are doing, not what they are not doing. And the rest of us, if we feel a little bit guilty that perhaps we should be the one who's doing that, well, maybe we should get on board and do it ourselves, because everyone can do good and everyone should do good, and they can do it in their own way. Let's not judge another person until we put ourselves in their shoes and see what they're doing and why they're doing it. In this coming virus situation, there's a lot of criticism going around. A lot of people think they should be doing it this, they should be doing it that way. But nevertheless, our government leaders and our leaders in general are doing the very best they can. And it's a difficult situation. It's a very hard situation. So let's give them the credit for what they are doing. Candle lighting tonight is at 7:41. We'll be having services at Chabad of University City outside. Masks are required. If you are uncomfortable wearing a mask, please don't come because we don't want anyone else to be uncomfortable, people to be in danger in any way. No children are invited under the age of 12. We are keeping our social distancing. The services will be short. Shabbos morning will be davening at 9 o'clock in the morning with Shochinad, not for Chodu, but Shochinad and Baruch at 9 o'clock in the morning. We expect to finish about 5:20. We have security guards on Friday night and Shabbos morning, so everyone should feel comfortable and feel safe. Also, there are many classes going on during the week. Even though there's the virus, we are having classes on Thursday from 11 to 12. I am giving a class on the Rebbe's Sichas, the Rebbe's Talks, which is quite interesting. It's being seen on Zoom and in live at the synagogue. And Sarah Leider gives many classes throughout the week as well, as is well known. We'd like to encourage you to continually learning, continue doing what you do best, which is learning Torah and being involved with all of the wonderful classes that are going on online. Check out Chabad.com, which is one of the best sites on the internet. Has a lot of wonderful resources as well. This is now the 3 weeks before Tisha B'Av. Started on the 17th of Tammuz. During the 3 weeks, we don't get haircuts, we don't shave. See, I'm not shaving this week. We don't listen to music, don't go to concerts, have weddings, things like that. It's a time of low-key mourning for the temple, which will culminate on Tisha B'Av on the 9th of Av in 3 weeks. So I'd like to wish you all a good Shabbos, a beautiful Shabbos of renewal and a blessing for you and your family and for all of us. Shalom, shalom.